You should consider collecting this game now, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, bringing you the first entry into my new video series called Collect This Now. In this series, I'm going to be talking about video games that I personally believe will only go up in value. Games that are becoming more highly desirable to collectors that you should probably get your hands on right now before prices go crazy online. This first entry, Ocarina of Time 3D, you might be going, I already have a copy of this game, or perhaps I see this game in stores all the time. Well, if you check eBay prices and you check Amazon prices, you might be shocked to believe that a cartridge-only copy of the game is selling for over $45 US. A complete copy of the game that comes with the instructions, some of the inserts, and also a case in pretty good condition, usually sells for over $55 US. And if you were lucky enough to see a copy that is factory sealed, online this is usually selling for around $75 to $80 US. It's doubled in price from stores. You might be wondering, why is this happening? Why should I be collecting this game now? I'm going to give you 3 main reasons why you should get Ocarina of Time 3D as soon as you can locally. Number 1, you might not be aware, however, this game is out of print from Nintendo. It's out of production. I don't agree with that decision whatsoever from Nintendo. However, the game is getting harder and harder to find in stores because Nintendo stopped printing copies of the game. They might change this at any moment and they might put more copies in production. However, I don't really see that happening. This game's out of print. Once it's out of print, they might do another one, but I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. So that's why games are going up in value crazy, and they're doubling already because people are trying to get their hands on it, and the demand is obviously exceeding the supply. Essentially, I called 10 stores roughly in my region, in my area, trying to find copies of this game to get a second one factory sealed. I already have a copy opened, and I wanted to get one to collect or to use as a trading piece later on. From calling over 10 stores locally, I found just 3 copies, and I went out and I bought one of those 3 copies. Now, I'm definitely saying, do not go out and hoard this game. Don't go out and buy several copies of the game, become a hoarder, or become a reseller. No. I don't agree with that whatsoever. Share more copies with people to make other people happy. However, if you want to be a collector, there's nothing wrong with getting one to keep sealed and one to actually open to play. I think it's a smart decision as a collector. You can definitely use it as a trading piece later on, and it will only increase the value of your collection. So that's the number 1 reason. The game is sold out everywhere. I really recommend you call some local stores, see if you can get your hands on this for roughly $30 to $40 US rather than paying $80 online. Reason number 2, this is definitely a remake of one of the best games ever. Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64 is one of my personal favorites, and it definitely gets almost perfect scores on every single rating scale across the board. It is truly a fantastic game. If you've only experienced it on the Nintendo 64, it's definitely time you experience it on the 3DS. It's much more immersive, the graphics are updated, and it is, to me, one of the definitive ways of playing Ocarina of Time. I absolutely love it, and it is really that good. Reason number 3. The Legend of Zelda has an insanely huge fan base. Huge, it's massive, one of the biggest out there of all time. Zelda games always increase over time in value. It hasn't changed really in the past. A lot of people want to get a full set of all the Zelda games, myself included. That usually drives up the cost of all the Zelda games. If prices for this are going crazy right now, imagine once they're fully sold out across the board and you can't find them in stores at all. Kind of a third bonus reason, or a fourth bonus reason, a third asterisk reason, is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D just came out, and a lot of people want to experience this one in 3D as well. So make sure you get these while you can, because once they're sold out in stores, they're probably gone forever, and you might as well buy it for $35 rather than paying $80 in ridiculous prices online. But please, comment below. Do you think this is a smart thing to add to your collection? Maybe a second copy, or perhaps the first copy if you've never owned the game before? And also please comment below, is the game really easy to find in your region still, or is it sold out completely? Thank you so much for watching my first entry into this series called Collect This Now. Feel free to fill that like bucket, follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video, and remember, as always, go collect them all and keep smiling while gaming.